Hello, welcome back to another video of X++ programming language. In this video we will talk about another function of container, that is the conPoke function. So first we will understand about the necessity, then we will talk about the syntax, parameters, and gradually we will move to the practical scenario as well. So without wasting time, let's get started. So as you can see here, we have a conPoke function, and this conPoke function is used to modify container by replacing one or more of existing element. So for example, you have the previous example of sales order. So you have the container of a sales order, and from that sales order, if you want to modify or replace or update one element or more than one element that is already exist in the container, then you can use the conPoke function to modify that. Let me give you the overview of the syntax. That is the conPoke function you have to use, and it having three parameters. First one is the name of the container, second one is the from which position you want to actually modify or update, and then you have to specify the element. If you want to update one particular element, then you have to specify one here, and if you want to update more than one element, then you have to give the comma separated element here over here. Okay, now the first one you already know that it is the name of the container, and here it is very much important, the starting position. So if you have the starting position 2, and if your element will be one here, that means you want to update only one element, then on that position it will update. And if there will be more than one element, then what it will do, from this position it will start update in a sequential order. So that is very much important, you have to remember. And I'll also show you using the one element and more than one element in our practical example. And always you have to remember that in container it resides in a sequence, so that's why sequence is very much important, and you have to remember that container starts from the sequence 1 or the number 1. And what it will return, it will return the new container with the inserted element or the updated element. Okay, so now let's go to the Visual Studio and I'll show you how you can write the code for it. So in this example you can see that we have a container conPoke function example, and it's having the main method, and inside this main method we have written our code, right? And you can see that we have a container of sales order, that is 1 2 3 4 5, total 5 element is there, 001 002 003 4 5. Now I want to update the element that is present in the second position, that is SO1000, this one, with the element this one. So first you have to give the name of the container from which you want to update. Then after that you have to give the position where you want to update. Here in this case it is 2 because the container starts from 1 and this one is the second element. And I want to update it with the element 11, SO11, this one. And you can see that we have a set prefix function, and after that I want to see the updated result in my sales order container. So for that you have to use the for loop, and conLength function you already know, it actually returns the length of the function. So it will iterate each and every element that is present in the container. So if you'll save it and if you'll execute this particular code, then you will get the result. So here is the result. You can see that if you'll update it, if you'll execute the code, then in the second position you can see that you the value is present is 11 and 02 is not there. That means the container updated with the value SO11, right? So I hope now it's clear that how you can use the conPoke function. Now in this case one more thing can happen, that you can specify here the sequence of the SO or more number of element you can update at a single point of time. So for that you have to give the comma, and you have to specify if you want to specify the third position or fourth position like this one. So for that we have other example. Let me show that as well. So here you can see that we have the second example over here. So we have the same container present over here, right? And here in this position we are giving the two element, that is SO11 and SO12, and in the starting position it will be 2 over here. So if we'll execute this code, it will update this one and this one. So it will start from the second position and it will update this one, and it will go to the next one and it will update with this particular 12 value, SO12 value. So our final output will be SO01, then 11, 12, then 14 and 15. So if you'll try to save this code and if you'll try to execute this one, so you will get the output. Now let me save the code and let me make it as a startup object from the solution explorer. So this one is the conPoke example 2. So I have to make it as a startup object, and then I have to click on the start button to see the result. So you can see our program executed successfully. If you want to see the result, from here you can see that we have the first element SO01, then the second position and the third position, it's updated the value with the 11 and 12, and the rest of the container is the same one, right? So that's it. I hope now it's clear that how we can use the container and how we can use the update, how we can update the value or the element inside the container with the conPoke function. Now it's clear. So if you have any question regarding this one, you can write it in the comment section. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. So I hope now it's clear. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thanks for watching this one.